Hi, my name is Elena, and you're watching the third part of Marvelous Designer Tool by Tool tutorial. Today I'm going to talk about sewing. Sewing, if I'm pronouncing it well, or in other words, attaching your garment and piece of fabrics and patterns that you made on to the window. So let's begin. Let's assume that you have made your garment, your pattern, by tools that we talked about in last tutorials, by polygon, rectangle, ellipse, or spiral. Now you're going to attach these pieces. As you see in my 2D pattern, you might have different lines. Let me bring it near to the other patterns. So, how to sew? First, you see, the sewing tool is here under this icon, which is a sewing machine. The most useful tools here are segment sewing tools and free sewing. How they work? The segment tool, I say segment tool, but I mean segment sewing tool. How it works? If you see, it gives you this sign, this color, every time the color changes. It gives you a line, a colored line with a notch, which shows the direction. This notch shows the direction. The difference between segment sewing and free sewing is this, that in segment tool, you just can sew the whole line. You cannot just take a part of the line. It just selects the whole line. So for sewing, you click, left click, and then you should choose the other piece to attach this piece to. Like right now, this straight line, I'm going to attach it to the other, which is in front of it. You should just do another left click. As you see here, on your 3D window, it's going to be like this. Then why these notches are important? Now, while I'm explaining the reason, I can even teach you this editing tool, edit sewing tool, that its shortcut is B. You use a lot of shortcuts while you are creating your garment, so please try to memorize them. Okay, for example, I select this edit tool and now I right click. Here I really don't use this one, it just selects other lines or other stuff in your scene with the same characteristics. I personally don't use it a lot. So here you can delete sewing. Now I press N. Okay, let's say the notches are not in the same direction. Look what happens here. It's not a good sign in Marvelous Designer. What you should do is to press B, edit tool, and click. Look, if I click here, nothing happens, but if you right click here on your sewing line, you can reverse one of these lines and look, now it's correct. The next tool that I'm going to talk about is a free swing tool. How it works. Like, let's say I'm just going to press M for free swing, press M. Let's say that I'm going to sew just this line to this part. Look, just a part of this wants to be attached to a part of this other piece. It gives me also a blue dot. Now I'm going to sew the same length that I had before. So you do another left click and it's done. Look, I press B and delete it. One last trick that I forgot to mention while recording this video is that when you're going to sew all around one shape to all around another shape is to press M, and when you have your free sewing tool, double click on one point and it selects all around your shape. Then on the other pattern, on the same point, you should do another double click and it's done. These two now are going to sew together. And that's it. Sometimes after you sew two pieces, maybe you think that you're going to have these two as just one piece. You want to merge this. You press B and then right click, left, right, yes, and then merge. Look, it's like nothing had ever happened here. Control Z, Control Z to delete it. So let's sew a little bit here. I'm going to attach this to this, attach here, and these two parts. Now I have one piece, one line that should be attached to more than one line. What can I do? You can do this thing with these two segment and free sewing tool. It doesn't matter. What you should do, you just should be attendant. You should be careful. Attendant. You should be careful to these notch and other notches. Okay, first you choose your straight line. It's not a straight, it's curvy, but the line that is more straight and is not divided into more pieces. Okay, click and then hold shift, and you don't let go the shift until your pieces aren't done, aren't finished. You should keep holding your shift. So as you see, your notch is going to be the same direction as this one. So you do a click, and here another click, and here another click. And when it's done, what you should do is to let go the shift. And it's going to be like this. You see, as long as you have these straight lines, it means that you're doing great. Now with free sewing tool. Free sewing tool. I click here. Now another click to finish this. Now since I started from down and upward. Why did I say upward? Upward. Here you hold shift and click and click, click and click, and that's it. Okay, this one is not correct. I should delete it. And then we have this MN segment, which I don't use it, but I'm going to explain it here. Here you can read that it says that select a garment to begin. Now enter. Now you can, it's like other, it's like while you were it's like when you're holding shift. Just with this tool you don't hold shift, and you just hold and you just press enter. You select your stuff, your pieces, and click enter. Did I do something wrong? It doesn't seem right. What happened? Let me try again. Okay, the difference is now that I understood, because I really don't use this tool. I should have tried from up toward down. And now it's correct. And then here we have check sewing tool. What is check sewing tool? I don't know anything about ratio, so I am going to uncheck it, because even though I have the diploma of mathematics, but I'm not good at mathematics, so let's say it's just a checker. Like for example, I'm going to, I say another way to delete, instead of right click and delete sewing on your keyboard, you can just press backspace. Okay, I'm saying show me if one part of my sewing is more than 50 centimeter. The difference is more than 0.50 centimeter, half a centimeter. Look, it gets red. It means that it's wrong based on what you told me. But if I say like 100, it's not red anymore. So it's just a checker, because sometimes if there is a lot of difference, you will have wrinkles that you don't want them. So let's finish this garment. No, the last thing that I'm going to talk about is when you are going to sew the back of your garment. You select it, here on the 3D window, you click your right click, and you should flip horizontally. Why you do this? Because as you see here, I have the wrong side of my fabric, and it should be the right side of the fabric. That's why we should flip it horizontally. And when you do it, it gets a little bit complicated, Because, for example, now I hide avatar and I hide this part. And not all of it. Now that I flipped it horizontally, I'm clicking on the left side of my fabric, but here is on the right side. Everything is vice versa, so on the contrary, so we should be careful about that. So what we should do, like if you thought that this part is going to be sewn to this part, it's going to be attached to this part, it's not right. It should be attached to this part. Here I'm holding shift to this part. These two. Okay. Since on Marvel's Designer we have gravity. You should ring your patterns near to the body of your avatar. So now on the keyboard press what? Space. Oh, I have this part that I forgot to sew them. Okay, when okay, since it was symmetric pattern, when I sew these lines, also it happened on the other side. And when you are going to sew one part twice, you have this error like overlapping sewing line. It means that you have already sewn these two parts. Space. Oh, it's shadow. Now for color or color, I do the same thing. Hold shift. The notches are in the same direction. And for round parts like your neckline, here on the 3D window you go on this icon, it's like avatar, and the second option is show arrangement points. In this way, you first you click on your object, then you choose one of these blue lines. In this situation, I don't know how to substitute it. Okay, since someone in the next door is playing music, I'm not concentrated. Okay. Space. Now you sew these two parts and finished. Yeah, it's finished. Like I give it yellow, blue, orange. Okay. Now you can see the differences that I had more than one piece. And that's it. Now you can sew your garments. You can officially create your first garment. I hope you enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.